And we're here. Welcome to the Dan Stevens Show with me, Dan Stevens. The quick weekly solo episode, because I do realise how boring it is to listen to somebody talking by themselves. I think a few people have pulled it off, like Bill Burr, but he's really famous and funny. And even though he is, I don't really like listening to him by himself. It gets tiring after a while. A bit like this Rubik's Cube. Why do I have a Rubik's Cube and a golden great white shark in front of me? The truth is, for listeners, yeah, I have that on the table in front of me. And the truth is that the shark is definitely justified. I have a lifelong obsession with sharks, great white sharks, powerful beasts, dinosaurs. Well, it's basically because I watched Jaws too much when I was younger, but I have some sort of... I always said it. If I had to choose a way to go, it would be getting attacked by a great white shark. But I'm allowed to fight back. And I'm allowed to survive. It's like you get attacked, but then if you survive, you get to enjoy the fruits of that as well. You get a scar and like you never have to work again, and everybody just wants to interview you. You could really make them pay whatever you want, couldn't you? For an interview. Because I don't know how I deal with it. It'd be quite scary. The situation itself. Like, do they tell you, it's like, okay, today's the day where you're going to be attacked. We've agreed to this already. You might die. You might survive. Very low chance you're going to survive. We're not going to tell you the size of the shark. We're not going to tell you his name or her name. They have names. There's a shark tracker when they're tagged. Anyway, it's a whole thing. But today's the day. Obviously, he's going to come from the bottom. You're going to be... Am I on a surfboard? No surfboard. You have to be swimming like the girl at the start of Jaws. Naked. A bit drunk as well. I think that would be part of it. I think that would give you confidence to fight back. But also, your reflexes wouldn't be as good fighting back. But if you're ready all the time, you'd have to be swimming. I don't know which swimming stroke I'd use. I'd probably go with the breaststroke, because then fingers in the eye would be easier. I guess you're more open, aren't you, with the old traditional, what do you call it, the freestyle? Backstroke, no way. You wouldn't see him coming anyway. It's night time as well, if you're going to choose that Jaws scenario. What would I do? Well, you'd have to take the initial hit. You'd have to take that initial boom. It's like a car hitting you, apparently. You know? And you don't... From what I've seen... I know Quint... That's not real. Quint died fairly instantly, didn't he, in Jaws? But that's not how it works. From what I've heard from survivors, when I've seen them on these massive documentaries, you feel the hit and then you realise what's happened. But you'd be ready, wouldn't you? I'd be ready. I'd be like, right, this fucker's going to come at me now. So I don't know if you do. Like, I've heard that when you fall from a height, you're better to be limp. So I don't know if you'd stay limp and then just... No, but yeah. You're going to be... in the nip. Yeah, I don't know. Naked. You're gonna have to hope that this shark doesn't cut you in two immediately. Sorry, it's a bit graphic, isn't it? Theoretically. It's only imagining it didn't happen. And then my next move, okay, if I took the initial hit, I know I'm gonna be bit somewhere. I try and kick it, because then you know if your legs are gone or not. An old phantom leg. Poke him in the eye. I don't know what the rules are. I think he should just be let loose on you. They starve him, whatever shark. No, they can't, because they don't know which way. It's very difficult. Anyway, sorry, I'm gonna go off that. Anyway, that's why I have a shark here. I don't know what the chances are. Let's ask the internet. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT this question, or Grok. Let's see what it says. Alright. This is just a theoretical question for Grok. How are you, Grok?
Hey, just Grok is fine, no IO needed. What can I do for you?
I didn't say yo. I said, how are you?
Oops, my bad. Hello, right back. What's up?
So, I want you to answer me this question. Theoretically, okay, I'm a 6'1", 110 kilo man, and if I was attacked, so I'm swimming like the girl in Jaws on the surface of the water, and if I'm attacked from the depths by a great white shark, let's say a 15 footer, I want to know what are my percentage chances of surviving. I'm also naked, and I know it's coming, but I just don't know the exact moment. I go out on the swim, I know it's coming, but I don't know the exact moment. I want to know what are my chances of survival, fighting back, beating the shark. What are my chances of survival?
Honestly, your chances are slim to none. Probably under 5%. A 15-foot great white is a killing machine, and you're out in the open, naked, on the surface. Jaws style, it's coming from below, and even if you know it's coming, you can't dodge fast enough. Sharks hit like torpedoes, about 20 miles per hour, and their bite force is over 4,000 pounds. You're 6'1", 110 kilos, but without weapons or gear, you're basically meat. Punching its nose or gouging eyes might buy a second, but it'll likely thrash you and drag you down. If you're lucky, it might just bite and leave, giving you maybe a 10% shot at swimming away injured. But beating it? Nah, that's movie stuff. You're not Roy Scheider. Get a boat and a spear gun next time.
Oh, hold on. But there has been great white shark attack survivors, so what are you on about?
Fair point.
Yeah.
Plenty of folks have walked back from them too. Thing is, most survivors got lucky. The shark didn't finish the job, help was nearby, or they played dead till it swam off. A 15-footer coming straight at you? Still brutal odds. Realistically, you might survive one hit, maybe 20% if you're tough and scream loud enough for a boat. But beating it means landing serious blows, like a knife to the gills, and you're naked with no tools. Survivors like Rodney Fox took 36 bites but had medics on standby. You, fighting hand to hand in deep water? I'd say 10% at best, and that's generous. Want tips on shark defense instead?
No, sorry. Fuck you. Um, yeah, fuck you, yeah.
Hey, I get you're pissed, but chill. I'm just crunching the numbers here. No need to get
You're
nasty.
not even real. You shut up. You're not even real. Fuck you. Alright, thanks. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. So that's that. The reason, so, yes, he's probably right. But if that's, I'd take that if that was the way, if I had a choice, that's what I'd do. Uh, Also, I have a Rubik's Cube here. The reason for that is I got really into doing the Rubik's Cube a while ago, a few months back. Um, Kind of lost interest then, and now I'm just trying to get like value for money out of it. So I'll just have it here. I think it looks pretty cool. A lot of colours, makes me look smart. So yeah, I couldn't figure it out. Couldn't do it. It's no shame in it. Like if you lose interest in a Rubik's Cube, does that mean you've just become less curious and more stupid? I don't know. Was I smart for a few weeks? So that's the layout here. Hopefully, whatever. So I just got back from Tenerife. I was there for. I was supposed to go on Wednesday, but I went on Friday instead because I was offered a great opportunity on Thursday night to do support for the legendary Irish comedian David McSavage. I picked him up in Portobello, brought him to Lucan. We did the gig. He didn't watch. The promoter wasn't there, so I didn't get any Instagram followers. So yeah, it's great. I enjoyed the time on stage. Good experience. But ultimately, we just have to keep moving. So that was that. Great chat with David in the car. He doesn't like doing podcasts. I was going to ask him to be a guest on this one, but he doesn't like doing them. He just likes doing his own one, which is fair enough, with his family. But yeah, that was that. I headed off to Tenerife on Friday, 2 p.m. More or less a 5-hour flight. It's amazing the things we put ourselves through, isn't it, to get a bit of sunshine. It really is. Just being around all those people in the airport. Massive queues at passport control in Tenerife. I think generally when you go somewhere like that, this time of year, in the winter time, you got to expect that they're going to be understaffed, and then more people are going away at this time of year because, like, you know, depression is up, and I don't know. Flights are cheaper. Accommodation it's just all year round now. People can't tolerate Ireland in the winter anymore. But yeah, that's it. I went there. It's amazing. I'm learning all the time about this kind of thing of putting myself out there and sharing things through my Instagram account, which I have to do if I want to be, if I want to get a good stand-up comedy following and a good following for the podcast. You have to share things, what you're doing. You have to be interesting. I've talked about this before. But most things don't work, and that's a hit to your ego. And I have stuff in my phone now that's, I think it's funny, but I don't think anyone else would. Like I recorded English lager louts in a place, kind of recorded them on the sly. I was so scared I was going to get caught. I was having dinner in a place, and, you know, Leeds and Aston Villa were on. And just to watch them, it's probably more interesting to describe it, but just to watch a gang of, there was 3 groups of lager louts from the UK. I'd say 70% bald and fat. Honestly, what's that link? I don't know. And there's so much, as the game goes on, you hear little things. You see, I was watching them. I didn't care about the game that was on, but they change. Their demeanour just kind of, you know, there's a bit of, at the start it's all very mannerly, and then the groups will start having banter within their own group, a little slagging here and there. And then as the John Smiths, they were drinking cans of John Smiths, like, they didn't even look cold. Horrible. And then a little bit of banter will start flying between the groups as a few more drinks are had. And then there'll be emotional reactions to what's going on in the match. And then there'll be a few looks being thrown here and there. Some of them aren't even watching the match. They're just kind of looking at each other, and, you know, it's a real social thing or whatever. Or is it like an alpha male dominance thing? I don't know, but it's just, I think we all want to be part of something. We all want to be part of a group, or we all want to be part of feel part of something. Even people who are individualistic, I'd say, like myself, you want to be wanted in a group, don't you? Want to be wanted in society, so that's what they do. They get gratification from each other, probably, and then they probably bet the shite out of each other that night. I don't know. I left. But I was kind of doing live reporting on that, but it's like anything else. I'd had a couple of things on my Instagram that nobody liked at all. But it's brutal when everybody looks, but they don't react. You're like, oh, they're all going, fuck this fucker. So if you put a story out, and like 300 people have seen it, but nobody's even messaged you or love-hearted it or laughed or anything, you're like, oh my God, they all hate me. Then you look at your followers and you've lost 2. I'm used to it now. It's part of the game. It's part of this thing. You have to be able to handle it. No doubt about it. I just find it so interesting. And then I had this dual camera on my phone. I was going shopping. I thought I was being funny, and then nobody reacted whatsoever. I was in a grocery shop, looking at all the stuff. There was some gone off ham that was gone off 3 days. I was going to share that. So that could ruin someone's holiday, but it's not interesting. It's just not interesting for me to say those things. I think it's getting more and more like that. It has to be. The longer the internet goes on and the longer Instagram and TikTok and all goes on, there's less stuff to talk about and less ideas. They're all being done. So I don't know what to do with that. You have to be very... Even I was thinking of doing these soccer things, like player's reaction when he gets a yellow card, and when the goalkeeper makes a mistake, he always like outwardly, he'd be like, telling them to go forward. Like he'll drop the ball into his own net, and then he'd be like really fast, whatever. But someone's done them already. I just saw it on Instagram. There's a fella has that covered. Like excuse the pun, but everybody's doing everything. So you got to find your own niche, but it takes time. Good old McSavage, he's been at it for 30, 40 years or something. And I've been at it for just over 3, trying to do a 2 or 3 pronged attack to make people laugh. That's ultimately my thing. In the podcasts, it's trying to find funny things, trying to make people laugh. I don't know if that's for other people or if that's for me or what it is, but also in the stand-up, obviously I want to make people laugh. I just love the sound of laughter. Who doesn't? I mean, there's another unoriginal thing I've just said. Who's like about 1 million people have said that before. I'd say, I just want to make people laugh. So what? Yeah. So Tenerife, went on the beer. On Saturday night, I drank all day, just totally immersed myself. Friday was the lager louts. No, Saturday was. And then Ireland were playing rugby. I went on the beer all day. Met up with Joe Dowling, who Joe Irish on Instagram and TikTok, and Sarah, his missus, and good friends now. They're great people. I love being around them. But I just really enjoy myself, and then I got carried away. So I blacked out. Kind of didn't remember much. I remember bits and pieces. Then I woke up with the fear, It's like when you don't remember leaving someone's company that you were with. I think that's why I sometimes revert to, if I'm drinking, I'll drink by myself, because you don't have to answer to anyone, except yourself. Yeah, people want sunshine. I have to say, even stuff in the hotel. I shared videos of stuff going on in the hotel. That wasn't interesting to anybody. Everybody just watched it. But the thing about it is everybody's doing their own thing, aren't they? Everybody's has their own things to worry about, so they can't be arsed pressing like after they watch something. And then you have a bit of bitterness as well there, I'd say, from people who does he think he is? How does he think I'm going to laugh at that? How dare he? That probably doesn't happen at all. Yeah, so I'm back now. I was going to stay another 2 days in Tenerife. I just settled into the fucking worst bed. People talk about being glad to be back in your own bed. I had such a good sleep last night. Got back about 2 a.m. Oh my God. I actually got into the bed and I was like, when you have a bad bed in a hotel for a few days and it's no aircon, it was very muggy and sticky and fucking hot. And then you get back to a place where there's actually air, where it's like cold air, like Ireland. I was so excited for the cold air, for the bed, and for the chicken. I have chicken on now in the oven. So I was very happy. I came back and I was grateful for what I have, especially for my bed. Slept so well. And then it actually proved how bad the other bed was. I was like, is it me or what? Is it what is it? I got a 5k run in over there, but I run 200 meters and then I walk 100. I try to, so I can go further. I do intervals. So I did that over there. that was nice. Yeah, I enjoyed the few days. I wanted a couple more, but I got to do a gig with David McSavage. So, what more can I ask for? I'm absolutely happy. I'm healthy. My ear is fine. So I should be very grateful, and I am. I hope you enjoyed the episode with Molly, my sister. I just can't believe how well she did. She was great. And Darren Gaffney as well. What a man. I loved them episodes. From my perspective, everything is done with me and Dylan McDonough helps me out as well. He's the guest host. But it's all in my head until it's not, and then it's like it goes out there, and then hopefully you're enjoying it. Hopefully you've subscribed to the YouTube, you've liked it, you've shared. The Spotify as well, please give 5-star rating there, and share it and all that. Apple, whatever else it's on, I think I've put it on. I think the podcast is on a good few platforms. The views and the listens are climbing. It's getting more and more, so I'm very happy with that. Delighted. People seem to be enjoying it. So thank you for that. Thanks to all the OGs who have been with me since the start, who are listening. I'm always grateful. And I know I give out a lot about stuff, and I talk a lot of shite, but better out than in, isn't it? What? That is it for the short episode. I don't know how I got into that thing about the shark attack. It's something that I've thought about. So there you go. Tenerife is Tenerife. We move on, onwards and upwards, hopefully. And I hope the same for you guys. I hope you're healthy and happy. And if you need some sunshine, get away for a few days. I'd recommend it. And yeah. Thank you for listening. Thanks for watching. I'm Dan Stevens. See you again soon.